Yo, 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 what's going on? What's up, good people? It's D Train one more time here. Yeah, I know. It's been a minute, but that's part of the story. Yeah. So I've been really focusing, trying to focus, trying to get things slowly to where they need to be, right? Cuz I have these goals and it always seems like, mindset um Glendon, he's always got that really good message. You know what I mean? So I think it's Glendon Cameron. I've been watching his videos for a minute, for a while. Um, but he's always got really good content. So go check him out. But this is supposed to be about my beyond scared straight moment. But let me back up because this UC Smollett, Jussie Smollett, Juicy um, Smollett. So wow. And then the Takashi 6ix9ine thing. Is that still going on? What's going on anyway? I might be behind on that because that's like I'm looking at videos from like a week or two ago. Still, so I'm kind of catching up. So this dude goes on TV show on an interview, and I wish I had the clip. I wish I could show it right now. I'm not really prepared to do that, but there's the look. Okay, I don't know how to describe the look. You know what I'm saying? There's a tell in most people, and it's very similar across different people, unless you're dealing with somebody that's really good at hiding it. But I feel like just looking at like when he's talking, I'm looking at his whole face, his mouth, his eyebrow, like his whole, you know what I mean? And it's like this dude is lying. Like you could tell right when it happened. It was like, whoa, that that was a lie. Like you don't realize, you can it's hard to explain, but when you see it, like porn, I guess. Well, it's not really hard to explain, but I guess I don't know, art, porn, whatever. Anyway, so and then they got these two dudes who's not even white in Chicago, and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's like this story just went crazy. And some people are like TMZ, I think, in it, and they saying like the two guys are actors and they're in on it, and the police might be looking into like this other thing, man. Oh my gosh, and it's sad, you know. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna look into, or I'm gonna start trying to do these parodies, like if the if the shoe was on the other foot, you know. And you know what? You probably don't even have to go to parodies. You could probably like look back in history and just see something completely different, the opposite, and then, who supported what when, you know. I mean, reality is crazy. Reality is a trip. But that to the side. So back to D Train. That's me. Oh yeah, welcome to D Train's bunk, by the way. Um bunchofbunk.com is still coming still coming soon. Dude, you'd be amazed at how much content just like gets left on the table, right? And then before too long, it falls off the table and becomes like a crumb on the floor, and then before you know it, it's getting swept up off the floor and thrown in the trash, so that memory hole is just like ridiculous. Like there's so much good like there's been some good food. It's like a burrito that was delicious just dropped on the floor and it's thrown away now, or whatever your favorite pizza, whatever your favorite food is, that's what kind of like stuff goes on here that I could put up there. But sometimes it's like lightning and you just got to catch it or develop a system on catching the brilliance, you know. But it happens so often, I'm not concerned. I just emanate brilliance sometimes. It's just weird. I don't know how, but uh one day the world will know, but not today because I'm talking about this. But anyway, it's still important, okay? Listen. So I've been in this place for a while. Let's just say over, 7, 8 years. Over that, right? So I've been here long enough to where, you know, I've seen enough things happen in my neighborhood to know what's up a little bit. I see people come, see people go, I say, hey, bye, whatever. You know, I done seen a few different mailmen, you know. I've seen a few different um people that come by and do grass for other people, different crews. And I've also seen different people driving the damn the damn trash truck. Okay, now this is where the story gets interesting. So the past trash truck drivers, they'll leave a note if something's wrong. Like this, like, hey man, can you can't put this in there, you could put that or this or that. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, okay, my bad. All right, cool. And this one guy, this black guy with glasses on, he was cool. It was, but he would let me know if I had to fix something and whatnot. And he said, well, hey, can you just push the trash thing about 6 feet off the driveway, not driveway, but off the corner, so that I can reach that arm out there and get it. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I did that, swing around, zip, boom, bam, put the thing down. I'm gone. Okay. Then you get a change of driver. Okay, so now this dude, he's like, take your trash thing up and put it up there. I'm like, dude, I've been here how many years and I've been putting it right here and no, you know what I'm saying? And nobody has had an issue. And now you have an issue and now I got to travel like 10, 15 yards that way. Not only that, but uh it's not like before he gets there nothing happened. Like things move, cars move, people coming in and out, and where I put it, it's just the best place because you don't want to hit anybody's car, obstruct anybody moving, blah. Nobody else has an issue. So homeboy grabs my trash, dumps it, and drives it up and sits it down in front of the other neighbor's house. Right? I'm like, so I heard it. I didn't see it. I heard it. I mean, I heard the truck come through. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then I look outside. And I'm like, where's my trash can? I'm like, is that it up there? Are you serious? Right? And you see the smile on my face, right? I'm smiling now. I'm smiling now, right? So I'm like, how could he do this to me? I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna tell him how I feel. And I'm like, wow, man. All these emotions. Like, I'm like, dude, man, I'm upset with this guy, right? And it was just like a ray of light. I sat down at my computer and I start like searching on YouTube for something because I'm like I said, I'm in the middle of trying to uh, do some things, and they got a few different very good informational things on there. And up on the screen, like in my feed, it was like what is it? Lockdown 23 and 1. And it says something uh like he got turned out, right? And this dude's on there like, and it's like prison, like stories about like jail, prison, what happens in jail. And I saw it was either that or it was something like what 5 things to not do in prison or something. And I was like, you know what? That's probably a good thing to watch right now. So I'm watching this, and then next thing you know, I'm watching another one, and that leads me over to Fresh Out and Life in the Penitentiary or something like that. Fresh Out, you know, that was Fresh Out, right? The guy and that guy, his name is Big Herc, right? This big black guy, you know, and OG Badger, he was interviewing him, so it was them two, and that led me over to some of the OG Badger content, and then I'm like, before you knew it, man, it was time to go pick up the kids, man. I'm watching all of this stuff, right, and I'm like, whoa, I think I need to reevaluate the way I was thinking. You never know, you upset about walking 15 yards, right? And people can be petty. He might have just had a bad day, man. But I'm like, you know what? Who wants to go to jail? Not saying that I would like do anything to like, like that. I'm just saying you never know how things will progress once you start on that path. You know what I'm, you know, you can put yourself in situations where, wow, how did I get here? And all I had to do is just take the thing back and maybe call the boss man and explain, look, man, we live over here, this, that, and the other. The car's moving all the time. He comes early, sometimes comes late. You don't know where this is the best place. I've been here a million years. Ain't nobody ever had an issue. And this guy, maybe he's a new driver. Maybe he just don't know how to freaking work the damn handles. You know what I mean? You know? But yeah, man. I even watched one where this dude was Celtic. And Sean Atwood, I guess he was the ecstasy kingpin or something. That's what they called him. I don't know. And then he start talking about Takashi 6ix9ine, about his case a couple weeks ago. So I'm still catching up on the everything, but the current stuff. But I think it's a good thing that they're doing, because some of the things that they're talking about you really don't hear about, you know and their platforms show, are mainly geared towards, it seems, not glorifying prison life, but trying to get you to understand what it's like, the mind games that are played, and the physical things that happen in there, um that that you might not want to be a part of. If you can handle your own emotions and the way you respond to things might be a better way of going than to get mixed up in a lot of riffraff that can have you put in a position you don't want to be in later that you can't get out of. Not only that, it might even drive you deeper into that system from what the way it goes. It seems like it goes. I mean, a suspended license to 20 years in prison. Dude, we talking about people getting stabbed, dying, you know? Man, yeah. How about this? I think what I'll do is I'll just keep putting it out there and I'll just walk the extra 10, 15 yards to just, hey, let them take it up the street, you know? Hey, maybe I'll just video and be like, come on, dude, got your ass on video. I'm going to tell. I think, I think it'd be better if I talk to him because I don't like going like to the authorities for a whole bunch of stuff if I can handle it right then and you know what I mean. But that's the other thing. That's the thing that I was just saying a minute ago. Am I putting myself? I guess it's the way I handle myself or approach the situation when you're getting into it. You don't go in rah rah. Hey man, you slighted me. F you. Go and be like, look, man, let's talk about this because the next step is me just I don't want to have to talk to your boss because that's not the way I do things. I'd rather talk to you, see how we can fix this. See how we can get you some better driving and like arm training. You know, or you know, because you're the only one who can't seem to do it. That's kind of antagonizing, isn't it? I mean, you seem to be like, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, man, go check their channels out, dude. It'll kind of, put things in a perspective. It's good to see those guys collaborating. Be nice to see Sean Atwood in there and that guy that Sean was interviewing from like Fresno. And that was a story too, man. Yeah, he was like in different jails or prisons or whatever. They have different terminology, man. You'll figure out the terminology quickly after watching a few of their videos. But yeah, he was just like lone wolf beating everybody's ass until he had to, tighten up just a little bit because of the way that the system is. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have to tighten up. They just like said, "Look, man, you ain't gonna break him, or you'll just kill him. It'll be one or the other, you know." Or anyway, so yeah, that's my take on this, man. Just keep a try to y'all need to just keep a cool head. I was watching some LAR movement, and that dovetailed right into what I was kind of going through at the time. Also, about being in control of yourself. That's basically what most of his content is about, which is great because it kind of puts the onus on you, the onus on you. Yeah, it's like self responsibility for your own actions, emotions, uh, success, failures. You know, so yeah, go check those guys out. Check out everybody, man. Don't be afraid to listen to anybody. I mean, matter of fact, I was about to go listen to some David Duke, some old David Duke, to see what he was saying back then to find out what happened with this Ilhan Omar thing and what he said in that case. In that case, because I remember he's been interviewed by a few people I listen to, so why not listen to him and see what he's saying? Um, he he was interviewed by Alex Jones. He was interviewed by Tommy Sotomayor. Um, I mean, it's it's almost like the Farrakhan thing, man. People get mad if you listen to Farrakhan, and then the people who celebrate you listening to Farrakhan, right, will be mad at you for listening to David Duke and hearing what he's saying. Is that scary? Are you afraid of being turned from who you are? Are you afraid of being convinced of something that you're not? Well, that's on you. Who's going to make you something you're not if you're not strong enough to deal with it? Nobody but you. So if it's in you, you only fearing what you think you might do. I don't fear any of that because I guarantee you neither Farrakhan nor David Duke will support me being married to my white wife. So, I mean, how can I support somebody that wouldn't support me in one of the main parts of my life? I mean, like, that's opposite of what my reality and my situation is. So, why can't I listen to them to find out what they actually said? If I already know that they wouldn't probably support that, right? I don't know if they would or wouldn't. I remember David Duke saying in that interview with Tommy Sotomayor about that he'd rather him be with his own, and I've heard Farrakhan say he'd rather black people stay with black people. Da, 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 da. I've heard a lot of people say it. Are they racist? I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, this is me. But I do know that when I've listened to what Farrakhan has said, I do know that there are a lot of good things um, that he says. And I also know not only from now, the media taking small clips and making it into something that it may not be or expanding it past what it might have been. But I've also seen that back in the day when Farrakhan was talking to black people, telling them to, shape up. He could talk 2 hours and 58 minutes on, hey, black people, y'all need to, get your shit together. And then they'll take the 2 minutes when he says, yeah, and the Jews, they this. They be like, ah. the thing about David Duke is that he'll show you he has like receipts. he shows you where these people who are in prominent positions have said certain things in different publications. So, do you then say it's all Jews? No. I don't know. Oh man, like I said, man, the Jews I know, if they, people say so-called Jew, people say Jewish, people say, Orthodox or unorthodox. I can't. I mean, I'm not the person to distinguish between, what anybody's whatever is, you know. But if you call yourself a Jew, I'm just gonna say you're a Jew. So the Jews that I know, or the Jewish people that I do know, I mean, they cool as far as I can tell. I mean, I'm not into anybody's business. I just go off face value how you treat me. I don't really care what, you could be Muslim, Jewish, you know, white, black, straight, LGBT, the rest of it. You know, I'm just going off of how you treat me or how you come across to me, or you know, if you're cool, you cool. If you're not, you're not. Um, so if he's giving you documentation on stuff, okay. Um, it's like I said before. It's like, okay, uh, if David if a racist person comes up to me and says, "Hey, um, I hate all black people," right? Number one, and number two, he says, um, uh, "You have two mixed kids." I would be like, "No, okay, you hate black people, but yeah, I do have two mixed kids, like mixed with me and my wife." But you know what I'm saying. Or if they say, "I hate all black people, but your car is whatever your car's color is, it's red," right? Let's say it's green, blue, indigo, violet, whatever, and your car is that color, it'd be like, what you gonna say? No, it ain't. Whatever, dude. Okay, yeah, the car's okay. The dude did say that, but so you don't have to change your whole, I guess, way of thinking on anything just because somebody may have said something or done something that was not in the same line of thinking as what you thought. Because when you get into this media thing, man, you'd be amazed at how much information you leaving on the table by saying, "I'm not going to listen to that guy because he's racist," or "I'm not going to listen to that guy because he's Jewish or black or gay or Muslim or Nation of Islam or white or Chinese or Japanese, Celtic, whatever, dude. He's African, man. I ain't listening to his ass. Whatever your hang up is. I think Chris Rock said it best, man. Or I hope I'm crediting the right what you call comedian, but he was like, whatever you hate, they gonna wind up in your family. They probably already in your family. You know what I mean? How can you hate somebody? Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. Somebody like trying to do harm to you. Okay, I get it. But some people just thinking is doing harm to you. Like you got thought crime type shit going on. Yeah, be careful with that, man. Let people think and do whatever they want as long as it ain't hurting you. Stay out of people's business. Until it's like, whoa, you know, it's like moving over here. Or if you have interest somewhere else and it's messing with some things, and you got to be careful with that, you know, just uh, just be careful who the people you're dealing with, I guess, man. 'Cause you can find good and bad in anything. Anyway, that's me. I'm gonna, I'm gonna finish this up, and but yeah, go check all those people out. I hope I didn't forget something. I know I did because I always do. But anyway, therefore, on the other hand, nevertheless, word, peace.